welcome to this week's version of the from the Gantry podcast. I'm very happy because we've just watched West Ham obliterate Chelsea. How are we all doing, lads?
Yeah, no, but
Good
Yeah,
man.
we've not played yet, so good.
Right, we thought we'd get straight into it. We just kind of do the same thing as we've done last week. What we'll do is we'll go around. Obviously, Arsenal haven't played yet, but we'll get Gavin's predictions for that against Palace. Is it at Selhurst Park tomorrow?
Yeah.
But we'll first go with Matty against Newcastle against Man City, the Etihad, which was 1-0.
1-0 to City.
Go on, Matty.
I think the scoreline. I'm like 50-50. The scoreline made us, makes us look like we've done a good performance. I mean, it was only 1-0. The thing I'm disappointed at is Man City went a full 90 plus penalties on Wednesday, and we just never pushed. We never really pressed.
Yeah.
Which was a bit disappointing. I mean, there was bits what looked promising, but we just couldn't get a shot away. Couldn't find the target, and it was a bit annoying. One player stood out for me. I think Botman was unbelievable. He pocketed Haaland the whole night.
Yeah,
Haaland just couldn't
Did
get
you watch
into
the game, Gavin?
Yeah, I watched a bit of the Newcastle City. If I'm being honest, I don't think before Eddie Howe made any subs, Newcastle didn't seem to threat the City goal. When they made the sub, the only player that seemed to want to go up and down the channels and cross balls in was Harvey Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
You see, he was actually, I think I agree with you, Botman was your best overall, but attacking-wise, I think Barnes was your best player. But I think I think it's hard to say it was it's harsh to say it was a poor performance, but it wasn't the Newcastle the week before, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I suppose it's at the Etihad. It's a different kettle of fish.
Do you ever think that you looked happy to lose 1-0 or okay with losing 1-0?
What, how? Or fan?
No. So not the fans. So it came across to me that I completely echo what you're saying. I don't think they really ever gave it a proper go going forward. You really sat back when I was watching the game. I don't think I've ever seen Newcastle since Eddie Howe took over sit back like that. I know it's at the Etihad. I know not many teams play like they usually play. But when you got 1-0 down, it was like you were pushing kind of, but you didn't really care if you lost almost. Do you know what I mean? You take the 1-0.
I think it's difficult because our record away is terrible at City. We usually either get smashed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we were defending quite a lot to try and keep the scoreline down, but then City never really looked phenomenal. I mean, Phil Foden was fucking unreal last night. He was class. Caused us a lot of problems. But other than that, I mean, Botman pocketed Haaland. Haaland couldn't get in the game. I mean, he had a snapshot, if I can remember right. But I don't know. I don't know why we never pushed forward. It was tired legs. They had a game midweek and only had 2.5 days to recover before playing. So, I don't know. I don't know. It just wasn't us because we are very high pressing at the minute and it works for us. Especially if they've played a mid-game. Why are we not putting pressure on the back four? Because I'd say 75 minutes in, you've seen the fatigue from City. They just dropped off a little. But there was an opportunity in the second half where it was Callum Wilson threw on. It was a back pass from Rodri that went wrong, and we just bad options, man. He could have played in people and just never did. But Barnes just looks class. I'm really happy with the signing. Every time he comes on, he's direct and he causes threat. So,
do you think he should be starting over Gordon?
100%. Yeah. I think he will. I think games to come, he will.
I said this to you, Matty. I think it was on one of our videos or podcast. Barnes is one of your best signings. I think he's probably better than Tonali as a signing because he brings more to the game. He can assist your goals and score the goals. Tonali is brilliant just sitting in front of the defence. But to be fair, I think he was really sloppy against City. You might disagree with that, but there was a few passes he just kept. It was weird. It was like he was looking for the man but passing it to no one.
I completely agree, but
he was sloppy.
I don't know if it was just a bad game or it was against the opposition. City they're hard to play against. Doesn't matter where you go. And I don't know if it was just obviously it's his first big game for Newcastle against a massive team. So I don't know. I don't know if it was nerves or what. Because obviously every player wants to fucking give the best performance of their lifetime and not make any mistakes and shit like that. It's the first time he's played in the Premier League.
Maybe it was
against
the
City.
spoons food he had.
Aye, I know. Imagine getting sent to fucking spoons for a good restaurant.
By the way, what patter from the Newcastle lads? I'll give him that.
100%.
I like how I don't know who was asking them. They've had multiple interviews and they've went, so who sent Tonali to Wetherspoons? And everyone's like, don't know. No one's ratting each other out.
I like Bruno. He went like that. He went, I don't know, but it was. What did he say? It was like it was good chat or something. It's like yes, it fucking was absolutely. It's more the fact they reserved the table as well. What a mug!
I know. I mean,
has he never heard of Wetherspoons before? Do you know what I mean?
Because
he came from Milan.
Walks in and fucking gets a £12 burger instead of a 55 quid burger. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like different plates for £12.50.
You're sitting there thinking, fucking hell, wine's only £6. Do you know what I mean? I can get a bottle of wine and a plate of peas for 30p. Quality.
He goes, this tastes different. Yeah, because he's never had microwavable food before.
Yeah.
So the problem is...
He just walks into training on Monday and just go, you cunts. I mean, may as well send him to Mackie.
Or he loves it. Who knows? That might be his new favourite place.
Aye.
Where did you go? Spoons de Weather? Sounds brilliant.
No.
I've swapped pizza for fucking a microwaved hash brown. Love it.
Yeah, proper Milan cuisine, and you got Wetherspoons.
I thought I agree. I thought Haaland was really quiet, but I don't know if that's Botman or whether that's because I was saying this to someone I was watching it with. I thought he was quite slow against Burnley. I know he got 2 goals, but I didn't think he was brilliant against Burnley.
No,
he's been slow in pre-season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know. Like, I don't wrong. I'm not taking anything away from Botman. You still need to mark him. You need to make sure he doesn't make the runs. But you know what I mean. He doesn't look as sharp as he did towards the end of the season. Like he's properly on it. But Foden was unreal in that midfield.
He's playing through the middle. He's playing through the middle.
Yeah,
unreal.
So much space in it.
Do you think he's trying to take this opportunities because Mahrez just went to Saudi? He's like, right, this is my place to put my foot in the door and get that starting position. Because he's been classed 2 games he's played.
Yeah, the thing really is though, I wouldn't be considering him a replacement for Mahrez. I'd be playing him in midfield 3 in the best City 11. I'll be playing him in a midfield 3 with Rodri, De Bruyne, and Foden. Play Alvarez outside on the right.
2 comes.
Yeah, play Alvarez outside on the right. Play Grealish outside on the left, and put Haaland through the middle. I think you are asking for trouble there. Alvarez is unreal as well. That finish,
mate. I think.
I know you can argue Pope could have got to it, but
I've got an opinion on that.
He got his fingers on it, but this is what I mean. It's not like we've lost a fucking a giveaway or whatever. Like the goal was unreal.
No.
And other than that goal, they never really put threat onto our goal. So it was just a good goal. And unfortunately, we couldn't get back into the game. And I think that's why I'm not as pissed off as I usually would be. Like, we gave them a game, we defended well. And that goal, he's scoring that against anybody. Like, it's mental. It was just class.
And that's where my point comes in about, because every keeper, when it's that angle, they always think he's going near post, so they try and cheat it and take a little step. And that's where I think Pope hasn't went wrong, because everybody does it. But that's where he's made that little adjustment, and that's where he's got fingertips to it, because he's already took that step towards the wrong side.
He got over there well.
He couldn't correct that. He couldn't correct his body to save it.
So I thought it was a goalkeeper error, and then when I've watched the replay, I then thought actually he got over there all right. For saying it what it was, I thought he got over there all right. I think he should have been stronger handed. I think don't get me wrong. I think better keepers save that. I think if that fires at Alisson, he saves it. But it's Alisson, isn't it?
I think I'm still happy with the way we are. I'm not being funny. I used to shit at playing City. But I mean we've improved our defence. I think last season we were joint with City on the best defensive record ever. So I'm not angry. I think we did play all right, and coming away from City to a 1-0 defeat, I'm not actually that bothered.
Yeah.
I'm happy to get
You
the
lot
game
have
out of the
So what's
way.
the point of it?
Nah,
They've got Liverpool. You've got Liverpool next, didn't you, at home?
yeah, at home, yeah.
I
yeah.
think. But does
Yeah,
that? So
interesting.
I guess after the first game of the season, you usually like have a bit of it. Like I had a thing with West Ham. I didn't think we'd beat Chelsea today.
Mhm.
I thought we were good against Bournemouth. That's because Bournemouth are quite poor. But do you think it matters losing to City?
Nah,
In all
not at all.
honesty,
Nah, not at all. I'd
No.
rather, if I'm honest with you, I'd rather lose now. I'd rather get the game out of the way now than we go on a decent run and then it fucks us over later
Yeah.
in the league, in the season. Sorry.
completely.
So I'd rather get. I'm
Yeah.
so happy it was the second game of the season. Liverpool, I'm not really fussed for because one, we're at home, two, McAllister's gone, and three, if we can smash sausages, then I think we've got a chance. If he's not looking into the camera every fucking 17 seconds, then we've got a chance.
So you don't think you'll struggle against Liverpool as much as City?
Nah, I don't at all. I think we'll give them a decent game at home, especially because we're at home.
Yeah.
For some reason, Liverpool's defence this season just seems to be very shaky. And I
Mhm.
don't know why.
They were last year though, and they haven't got a holding midfielder. I mean, there's plenty of reasons why. They've got
Yeah.
no holding midfielder. They've got McAllister acting as a holding midfielder. It isn't
Yeah,
working.
but even if they had one, I still think they'd be shaky. Van Dijk looks a shell of himself. Konate just seems to just wander about, wondering why he's there. Robertson, I've heard a rumour that they might be willing to sell Robertson, but I don't know if that was just hearsay or what.
I mean, that'd be nuts.
I reckon it'll be both just an attacking game. It'll be whoever seems to score the most.
Yep.
Do you know what
My
I feel
opinion.
like if Liverpool go there in a 4-3-3, replace McAllister, is it Bakecic, whatever his name is, the
Yeah,
youngster?
young boy. Yeah.
I think if they play him, Gakpo and Szoboszlai in midfield, I think they'll give you a game for legs. I think they're the only team in England who can give you a game for legs.
Mhm.
You lot are on everyone's heels. It's actually I was saying this to a boy I was watching it with. I was watching the City game, City versus Newcastle, with someone, and I think Newcastle's probably the best team legs wise in the Premier League.
No, I think I was going to say. I just think. I think that's one of our biggest advantages is we literally run teams into the ground, and then we've still got that
Yeah.
little bit left in the tank to punish them. Obviously,
Yeah.
City. I think only reason City dropped off is because of the midweek game. But then we were putting a bit of attack on their defence and final third when they did drop off. But that's definitely our advantage. We literally just slam teams into the ground, and it works. It always has since last season. So
Yeah, completely. Right. We might as well get on to the big game of the weekend then.
fuck off.
Man United v Spurs. Get into it.
Right, fuck off. They've got about as much chance to win the Premier League as you did last year, but anyway. So we might as well go on about West Ham Chelsea because, that's throwing up some questions. Ben, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
No, go for it.
Right, I have got loads to say about this game. Firstly, the first 45 minutes was the most frustrating 45 minutes I think I've ever watched in my life. I think it epitomises what West Ham have a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
You go 1-0 up. I think Chelsea looked weak in midfield all game until they got to our final third, which we gave them our final third after the first goal. James Ward-Prowse, by the way, I put a video out last week about him being a brilliant signing for us. I think he epitomised within 2 deliveries what he was going to bring. His first delivery was on the money, and his second delivery, Gallagher needs shot from watching Agüero.
I told you that when you signed him, I went, you'll have that threat now with corners and free kicks, and you went, that's a Michael Owen quote. I mean, it is, but he's better than what you can say. It sounds stupid, but you can only watch what he does, and he just seems to blow everybody's minds how he does it.
I'm saying this now, in my opinion, between a midfield of Rice and Souček and Ward-Prowse and Alvarez, from what I've seen of Alvarez in the last 20 minutes, I think Alvarez, Ward-Prowse is a better midfield.
So
I genuinely do. Like a whole midfield.
So
That's my holding two.
when you announced Ward-Prowse as a potential signing, I was saying to Ben at work, that's a brilliant signing for you, especially with Rice going away. And I agree with you. That last 20 minutes of Alvarez, oh my god, he was shit hot.
He's everywhere, isn't he?
Oh, he was class.
Everywhere. I think, do you know what? I'll put out a video, and fair enough, I might need to eat my own words by the end of the season because I think he's staying. But I said I wouldn't mind Paqueta going because how good Fornals was, and Fornals was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The 10 minutes that he came on, or 50 minutes that he came on. But Paqueta is just a different gravy. He holds the ball down so well. He had a bit of a tussle with Caicedo. He obviously scored the penalty. We'll go through the goals if that's all right.
Well, I'll just touch on Paqueta because he's been linked to he was linked to Man City for the past week and a bit. When he scored that penalty, it just showed and it looked how much he actually wanted to be at the club.
Yeah.
That passion. I think Jamie Carragher said it when I think it was a throw-in, but he said it was a foul. When
he's done that, innit?
He's celebrating the foul. He goes, that's how much it means to them. And you can see it in Paqueta's face and his body language. He wants to be at the club. That's who you want at your club. You don't want the players to be like, do I stay? Do I not? You want the players to do that.
That's what I want about. I don't want to dig out Rice too much, but obviously he's on genuinely. He's on to bigger and better things. It is what it is. He's at a bigger club that's probably going to challenge for the title this year. That's fine, but you want a group of 11 on the pitch who are actually going to fucking play for the badge. That's always what West Ham's been ever since I've been a kid. That's what West Ham are. I prefer 11 players playing their hearts out and losing 1-0 than winning 1-0 and playing absolutely fucking dog. It's just the way I've been born. Do you know what I mean? The first goal, Agued. I don't think Agued done that much right. I think it was just a routine, and I think Gallagher needs shot for his man-to-man marking. I didn't realise how it was actually until it showed the replay, and he wasn't looking at the ball at all.
No, didn't even jump.
I think he realised that he wound himself up. No, exactly. I'm trying to think. Oh, the Chelsea goal. That's another Souček. That's what Souček doesn't start for me now.
No.
The 2 years though.
He actually had a good game, but that change in direction for the goal, he got left. He got left out like he was about 70 years old. I don't know. He looked so slow.
It showed as well. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Sorry, Matty, go on.
I'll disagree with you. I don't think Souček had a good game at all. I think he was dreadful.
What I mean, yeah, okay. What I mean was so. I'll quantify that. I think he had a bad game, but when Alvarez was looking to warm up, I wanted Ward-Prowse to stay on, and Ward-Prowse and Alvarez to be the two holding. I think that's our midfield from now on.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll disagree with both of you. I think that the penalty for Chelsea, I don't understand why you're lunging in. It's stupid. Like, it just is.
Is it a penalty?
Yeah, he's lunged in.
No. Right. Hang about, mate. I don't mean is it a foul or not. I mean, is it in the penalty area?
It's on the line, though, wasn't it?
So if you look at his foot that made the challenge, it looks like he's out of it by millimeters. But his left foot, it's his standing foot, is in it. So, like, I don't have a problem with it. It's a penalty at the end of the day. If you want to call it a penalty, call it a penalty. But I don't know if he's actually in the area or not.
Either or. What I was saying, though, he's given away the penalty. After it, he seemed solid. It's like it's something that just switched. He was like, fuck it, I need to do the fundamentals and the basics right before I can do anything else. And I thought he'd done them well. I don't think he had a poor game. I think he had a decent game. He wasn't brilliant. He wasn't good. He wasn't shit though. I think he was very decent. But before the penalty, shocking. After it, pretty solid.
I'm not gonna lie, mate. I just want red. I don't think he should start. And if today's performance anything to go off, then Jay's right. We need to start with Price and Alvarez.
I think you saw two halves of a West Ham team. I think you saw first half. I think you saw the team of last year. I think the second half. I thought you saw the team of 2 years ago when we got 6th and 7th. The team that actually want to maybe chase the ball, maybe put a tackle in. Yeah, exactly. You know, the first thing I saw for about the first time I've seen it in about 18 months is when I think Paquette has gone down from a challenge. There was never a challenge. He should have gone down.
Yeah.
But it's like the professional game management, the time wasting. I
Mhm.
haven't seen West Ham do that last year. We were too nice last year. We let teams away with it. It's like Antonio, right? He went down. You know when he had that head injury after the corner?
Yeah.
He's carried it on. Why? Go down, it's a head injury. And
Mhm.
take the pace out of the game. You're 2-1 up.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to say, James Ward-Prowse was amazing
Mhm.
for the first 70 minutes. I mean, 2 assists. I will put a little stat out there because I actually found it before Sky put it, so I will put it out there. He is the first West Ham player ever to get 2 assists on his debut.
For
Let's
West
hope his
Ham.
start
or-
game needs to go on.
Yeah. I actually think that's something we've got in there. That's why I'm saying about Alvarez and Ward-Prowse. I think he brings more. Souček and Rice couldn't find a pass like that. Both of his balls, in the corner and the second one, Rice isn't finding that, and neither's Souček.
No.
This might sound absolutely stupid, but you have players like this that just look like they should be at a club. Ward-Prowse is West Ham. You can just before when he was playing for Southampton, you
He's
could
a
just
Moyes
see
player as well, isn't he? He's a Moyes
Yeah.
player. He's a total hard-working English talent. That's just what he is, isn't he?
Yeah, and his vision is second to none. He
It's
just seems to
unreal.
pick up players when no one else can see them. I'm not gonna lie, I would like him at Arsenal as a wee backup, but
I noted some things there, and it was time-stamped as well, so I'll just go through them. I did actually rate Sterling. I thought he probably deserved to be on the winning side today. I think it was quality. I think he ruined Emerson. I think he had 90 minutes against Emerson. I think Emerson want to forget that as soon as possible. I did rate Adguerd, actually, until the absolutely stupid tackle.
What's he doing? What's he doing? Why?
No, exactly. Do you know what makes me laugh, man? Jackson, he's actually holding onto it, knowing it's coming. If you actually look at the replay, he knows
he's not
the
even
contact's
running
coming.
onto it.
No.
He's not even. He's just standing, waiting to do, seeing what he can do with the ball. But the thing is he's Aguerd hasn't even. It's weird. He's went in with his studs.
I was going to say this. I actually think, and I know as a West Ham fan, I might get stick off other West Ham fans. I genuinely think it was a red card straight. I don't think it was a second second yellow.
See, when I seen the challenge, so when I watched the challenge, Jackson, brilliant by the way, fucking unreal. He knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I thought he was reaching straight for a red. Now I knew he'd been booked, and because he went to his pocket and then he went straight to his top pocket, and then I went, oh, that's a straight red, and then obviously booked him second time in a way. But I mean, he had a good game, man. What the fuck is he thinking?
He had an unreal game. Before that, he was unreal. I thought he actually showed how good he was. By the way, as well, I think Bonner. I think there's an honourable mention there. He came in with no warming up on the sideline, and I think he played a blinder for the 20 odd minutes that he played.
He just got rid of everything. He got rid of fucking everything.
Yeah, completely. What a goal by Antonio,
mate!
Where did it come from?
Where's that been? Where has it been for the last 7 years? That is the cleanest strike I think I've ever watched him hit.
It's because he's finally took a shot.
Exactly.
There wasn't really many players in the way. He seems to either take a shot when there's 3 players blocking in the way, or he just doesn't. He's finally took a shot.
Probably nitpicking. Should Sanchez do better?
Right. So I was just about to say. I don't think Sanchez done anything wrong. I think it's a sheer power from Antonio's shot. I don't think Sanchez is in a bad position or anything like that. Yes, it comes through the defender's leg, so it might have thingied his sight for a split second. He's in the right position. It's the sheer power what just puts it through his hand.
No, I did think that.
It was slow.
Yeah, no, it was a gun,
a
mate.
rocket. It was mad.
Yeah, exactly.
It did. For me, it looked slow. It looked like he could have got closer to it.
It's all
do you know how disinterested I was when he took the shot? I've actually looked down at my phone and think it would be off target. That's what I'm used to him. I'm not even joking.
It's all that fucking all that jerk chicken he's eating now that he's Jamaican. It's just power. Like, it was mad. It was mental.
That's 15 million onto the price tag. Get him sold now.
Exactly.
Mr. Big Dick himself.
I think
Exactly.
Bowen done a bloody good job of up front as well
Mhm.
in the last 10 minutes without Antonio. I
His
would
hold
love
up
to
play
see
was
what.
good.
Yeah, I would love to see what he'd do. I like the look of that front three with maybe Ben Rama, Bowen, and Fornals up front. I don't know. I mean, I like Fornals in the centre. I think he's shown himself good against Bournemouth, and I think he had a bloody good game as well when he came on today. But
Mhm.
I would like to have seen what he's seen in all game. But at the end of the day, he ain't going to take Paqueta's
I
spot
think
because that's Paqueta's spot in it.
I think was it Carragher said like why the fuck are you taking off Antonio and then shoving Bowen up to do an Antonio job, and then he fucking proved him wrong straight away.
Yeah.
Like that ball what got pumped up from Fornals, he takes
Did
it
you
down.
see the ball as well
Oh,
from
Yeah.
the sideline as well? What a fucking point to
his,
Bowen's
his
feet.
touch was unreal, and then has the composure on the ball to let Fornals run back up to pass it off. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't.
His composure as well. Because there's so many times, like, if you go back to last week with Chelsea, Liverpool, the balls came into Darwin Núñez, and his first touch was shit. Bowen's composure to take that one touch, bring it down, and be like, come get the ball. And I think he held off two players, and was like, I mean, he isn't the strongest, we all know that, but his hold-up play was really good.
As I said last weekend, him starting well against Bournemouth is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's huge for us, Bowen, and we can't rely on him starting in January like he did last year. He needs to start now,
Yeah.
and he was so good. Any arguments about the penalty?
What?
West Ham penalty?
Nah, not at all.
No.
Nah.
There was a bit of me in real time. It looks like he got the ball, and then in one angle it looks like he does, but on one of the other angles, I think it's from the goal side. You can clearly see the West Ham players poked it,
It's
and then
lazy, innit? He left his leg in. He left his leg in, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah.
But what's Caicedo doing though?
Yeah, I know. I was going to say that he's. Can I be honest with you? It's going to sound like a total cop out, but West Ham Chelsea is one of those London derbies, and I think he went to his head. I'm going to bring that up as well in a second. I think Gallagher needs to fucking settle in the second half. I am very surprised he didn't get at least a yellow. I'm not saying he done like violent conduct or anything like that, but he's absolutely shoved Paqueta into the ground and he didn't get a yellow.
I'm not too sure. I mean, yeah, it was a shove, but there's no way Paqueta goes down off that.
Is it a yellow?
No.
It's not a yellow. Right,
No.
I'll clip this and I'll remember this for the future weeks, mate. Because
When
you are
Martinelli goes down for
fucking
being
joking.
spat.
Would it be a yellow if he started doing that when he's down on the
No,
ground?
but if he's actually came in with a bit of force, fair enough. But he hasn't. He's literally shoved his shoulder
he's
a
showing
bit.
frustration after a tackle. That's a yellow card.
That's Gallagher all over though.
I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's pretty much it. Well, I mean, we've got Brighton next week, so we'll lose that because we never win against Brighton anyway.
I think Areola had a good game. He commanded his box well, especially for corners or free kicks. He just came in, smashed it for fuck, or he collected it.
Areola,
He was
I
class.
think he was lucky not to give a penalty away.
If it wasn't offside, 100% penalty.
Yeah,
100%.
He was sloppy with his distributing as well. There's that one to Sufa. Well, that one to Sufa.
Yeah, once at the end of the game. I think he was all right.
That's the one I remember, but there was a few that he looked a bit shaky.
I think you can have a go at a couple of players for that in the West Ham team. Yeah. I don't think we aren't used to being 2-1 up in the 80th odd minute, and we don't look like we can slow a game down. I like the time management we were doing. Time wasting is what it is, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see, but I think we'll lose against Brighton next week, to be honest with you, because we're never going to win against Brighton anyway.
You know what I don't agree with is Thomas Souček. I think there was a foul, and he's went and he's rolled his hand along the ball and moved it a little bit, and then instantly went. It's like as soon as you do that, it's fine. He didn't mean it. No, the one I'm on about. It was in the second half, late into the second half. I think it was just into the Chelsea half.
No.
Something's happened. I think he's clattered into somebody, and the ball's there, and he's just kind of dragged the ball along the ground a little bit, and then just put his hands up and was like, I've
I will
not done
say,
anything.
if it's going to be another year of Antonio getting nothing for him, by the way, I'm fucking sick of it off refs. The first half, Desai, or whatever his fucking puss is called, 2-3 times, he's gone through the back of him, Antonio trying to hold it up, and the ref's gone, oh, well, no, you're built like a shipwreck ass, mate, so we ain't going to call that a foul. You're like...
But he never gets it in his way, does he? Because of his size. If he goes down too easy, they call him a diver. But if he absolutely flings the defender into next week, then he gets a card against him. He doesn't get anything his way either way, just because he's chocker. But then you've got the opposite side of it. If he was like Adama Traore, people would want him off the pitch.
But that's the thing, though, because Antonio doesn't get anything. But when Adama Traore, Rob Holden fouled him. He was like, how do you go like that? He goes down like that when he's built like a shit brick house.
Yeah.
He gets fouls, but Antonio doesn't, and they're both big guys. So why is one getting one is not there? I'm not saying there's any bias to it, but you know what I mean.
No, I will say no. Antonio does go down like a sack of potatoes at times. He goes down far too easy at times, but 90% of the time, he doesn't go down easily. It's the fact that the ref won't give it.
And the thing is, he's strong, he's quick, and when he challenges a defender and he does get physical, he will beat most of them. There's not a lot of defenders, I'd say, that can take him on a shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
and then he always seems to get penalised for it.
One other performance I want to bring up because I want to bring up the conduct that you're on about, Gav. Actually, because I've got a big opinion on that. The one player I want to bring up, and I actually want to love him so much, but I think he's bang average today. I think Ben Rama needs to be dropped. I don't know how Fornells can be that good in 15 minutes and that good against Bournemouth. And Ben Rama puts out a fucking stinking performance like that against Chelsea and stays on the pitch as long as he did.
I agree.
It was the time he dribbled it out. Like he was running straight, but then managed to dribble it out.
You know when he's onside or offside. I think he looked offside actually, but when he's offside, he's gone right to the 18-yard box, and he's actually gone on his left side rather than try and take Thiago Silva on and get on his strong foot. The geezer's 39.
No, exactly.
Is he that old?
Break his ankles. Break his ankles, do some skills and get past him, bend it into the far right. What's hard with that? I'm not being funny. The Ben Rama Brentford would have done that.
Take him on. Do something.
He never looks. He's the type of player. I actually think the commentator probably nailed it perfectly. He's the type of player that you'll love and loathe in the same game. He does stuff that you love the look of, but at the same time, you get so fucking frustrated with him because he's so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Last thing about the West Ham game, I don't know if anyone else wants to touch other games about this, but the conduct in the game, I know it's a London derby, but as a perspective from a West Ham fan, I'm going to try and be unbiased here. I think about 7 of our players should have got a yellow card for having a go at the ref. Souf had a go at the ref. Yeah, Souf had a go at the ref. Fornells had a go at the ref. Both our centre-backs had a go at the ref. I think Agüero could have gone off before he got the red. Areola had a go at the ref for the penalty. I don't know why. It's a clear and obvious penalty. James Ward-Prowse, I think, was one of the only ones that didn't. Souček had a go at him. He's not carding them, and I think he's not carding them because it's a London derby, and I don't think that's an excuse to veto the rules.
It doesn't matter what game it is. It should still be followed. It's like Sterling. I think Sterling should have got a yellow because he kicked the ball away.
Yes. Well, so did we. Yeah. I think Paqueta did in the second half. I think he just rolled the ball away and you're like, just give me a yellow. I'm all right with that. I know I'm a West Ham fan, but just give me a yellow. If that's what the rule's going to be, it's going to come back in our favour anyway. So just give me a yellow.
But what did we say before the season kicked off? Is after the first week, we'd know whether they're going to uphold it.
No, but they did uphold it quite a bit over the weekend. So the 2 kickoffs that I watched on the Saturday, they upheld it. I think they haven't due to the fact it's a London derby, and I don't agree with that.
How many derbies are there a year? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
If every derby is just going to get leeway, then it's only going to be the pissy games that you don't fucking care about that you're going to be able to get cards on.
It seems to be just the referees, because we all had a go at Michael Oliver last week, and he done it this week at the United Spurs game.
Yeah.
He booked Fernandes for back chatting. He done the same with quite a few of them. It's like,
you watch that video? He watched that video. That's what it was.
That's exactly what it was. Michael
Yeah.
Oliver took time out of his day and thought,
Went on our
fuck.
YouTube and got a see into.
Exactly. But what's the story with the people in the boxes? Like, the fourth official is doing fucking nothing about it. Like, we'll go on about West Ham now.
Yeah, I
it
was
just
gonna say,
happened. He's looking at them.
What
And he's
we'll
just
do is
going,
right. So that's me done about West Ham. I don't know if everyone wants to put any more comments on West Ham.
I
No,
think
no.
you pretty much covered everything, mate.
Matty, Gav, you
No,
both watched
all
it.
good, all good. I think overall performance of West Ham is fucking much better than last weekend. From last weekend to this weekend, you just wanted to fucking win, and it proved. I mean, you just fucking smashed them 3-1. So, no, it was a good overall game. Chelsea, I feel, are new players, same old Chelsea from last season. I think
It's very a Poch team, isn't it?
Aye.
It feels like a very Poch team where they dominate a game but can't win.
Exactly, and it was like that most games last season. I'm not being funny, but a West Ham Chelsea on paper with a team Chelsea's got, Chelsea wins that every day.
Oh, absolutely.
They just
Mate, I
can't-
was
they
shitting
can't-
it if Mudryk started
Mate, it was shit.
He was
his
awful.
pre-season.
He was shocking.
Widget was shit the 40 minutes he came on. He was awful.
that shot. You're like, it's confidence. No,
By
he
the
just
way-
ballooned it.
By the way, right, and I hate to say this, but we have a kickabout every so often on Sunday for people that obviously don't know us personally. And I swear to God, at least 3 out of 4 of us could probably finish that better than he did. At
I'd
least
fi-
get it on target.
I'd finish it every fucking time, mate. I've got Tecker.
Mine
Yeah,
may or
exactly.
not go over the fence, but that's not
Ga-
the point.
Gavin put a hamstring, but it's all good. Right, what we'll do is we'll go on to the other games. I've got 2 games I want to kind of cover. I want to start, if that's all right, with Villa Everton, just because it's the fresher one. Did
Yeah.
you 2 watch it?
Uh,
Watch it. Sorry.
No, I've not. I wasn't able to watch it. I've seen the score
I
line
did.
and shit.
Did you watch it, Gav?
Yes.
Right, I'm not gonna lie to you. Everton don't surprise me at all. I
No.
think I've got them down to get relegated, didn't I? Or close
Yeah.
to that.
Everton's defence is just shit. There's no way of going about it. They don't know what they're doing. They're just shit. Good individual players, they just can't work together.
Can I ask you? You know the penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a penalty? The reason why I say that is because the commentator went, "Oh yeah, he's cleared him out," and then the instant replays, it didn't look like he touched Watkins at all.
It's one of those things where in real time it is a penalty, but then when you go back, as you say, you go and watch a replay and it's not. But then again, it comes down to VAR. Me, you and Ben done the video on this. It comes down to VAR. They should pick that out. They go, there is contact, but is it enough to send them down? But
I don't think it's a penalty. I don't think it changed the result. By the way, I don't think it changed the result, but I don't think it's a penalty.
I don't know. I think it's because the referee gave it. It couldn't be overturned.
Yeah.
Put it this way, for my prediction for relegation is looking good for Everton so far.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, Villa. I don't think Villa looked brilliant, but I don't think they needed to look brilliant. I think they tried to come out and play a bit better after getting absolutely spanked off Newcastle last week. But
they couldn't play any worse.
yeah, no, genuinely. It's like, but also as well, I think they got very, very, very lucky with scoring so early on because the low block just didn't work for Everton then. Because you see Emi Martinez at times was holding the ball up for 40 odd seconds on his own before passing to a centre back. It was actually painful to watch that game. To be honest with you.
It was the goal that the balls were rolled through Pickford's legs. I was
Yeah.
like, yes.
Class.
It's a joke, by the way. Just to put that in there as well, I think both of you support a club. I think their goalkeeper should be ahead of him in number 1 now for England. I think Pope's probably number 1, and I think Ramsdale's probably number 2. I think Pickford's probably number 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
If he wants to try and get higher up on that list, I think he needs to go to either not a bigger club so much, but a club. And I fucking hate Everton, but not a bigger club, but a club
A
that
top 6 club.
he's going to do more than
Not even a
fight
top 6
relegation.
club. He just needs to go to a club that can fucking win games.
Yeah.
That look
Pretty
half
much.
decent with defending. It ain't hard, is it? Like
Nah,
they
no.
look so easy and susceptible to conceded goals. And I don't know how either because they've got good. They haven't got a bad defense.
Mm.
Everton.
Individuals.
Oh, there you go. There's
No,
the
no,
Wenger coming
I said
out.
that before. That's what it comes down to. They're good individually. Tarkovsky was brilliant at Burnley, and he's
Yeah,
He's shit.
that is
Connor
shocking.
Cody was good at Wolves. He's shit at Everton.
Is he still there? Was he playing today?
Yeah. No, I don't know. It was just one that came to my mind.
No, I was gonna say.
But
I don't remember him playing.
I know Tarkovsky did.
What we'll do is that's kind of that was the easiest way to get out. The Man United Tottenham game. I thought
Love
that
it.
was an amazing game.
United's going to win the league, my arse.
Yeah, can I just say, just as a quick note, I've got my second. If I can change that halfway through the season, I will.
Where to?
Because I tell you what, I genuinely don't know. I was gonna throw a question out there. Just before we go into the game specifics, have they improved since getting rid of Ollie?
Fuck. That was my question. No. The TikTok heads
I
done
think they've
fucking
put in-
nothing.
I think they've done some. There's been some individual performances last year that we saw where I think Ten Hag looked like he was better than Ollie. I think in general, no, not really.
So what I mean is, right, so they lost, I think they had, 4 games where they lost by a goal difference +3 or +4 last year. They got spanked off Liverpool, spanked off City, spanked off Brentford.
Yep.
It's like, and I understand having a go about Ollie and not being a manager and everything, but Ten Hag, I think the only thing he's actually improved is the press. He sees on a Monday night that the one holding midfielder in Casemiro, he hasn't got the legs to do it in the Premier League. And then he goes to Spurs and decides to do it again and do a carbon copy of it. And it just didn't make any sense.
It's
I didn't think. I thought he got caught out.
It's nice to see that Bruno's got the same shape of head as his fucking teeth.
I had no idea what was coming there.
Nah, neither did I. I was expecting
him.
something about the keep.
I fucking hate him.
You know what? You know one player that Man United fans have an absolute orgasm over, and he is shit. Is that Garnacho?
I had this right.
shit.
Yeah, so literally, I watched the City Newcastle game and the United Tottenham game with the same person who's a Spurs fan, fun enough. And he said he bigged up Garnacho last year with our mutual Man United fan that's in our group chat, and I said wait until he plays from minute 1 because he will not get the space that he gets in minute 80.
Yep.
And he looks like he's struggling now.
I know he's young.
I don't really know what he brings.
He hugs the ball. I can't remember who it was. Somebody overlapped him, and he didn't pass it. And if he had, all they needed was one ball along the box, and somebody had to tap in. And he tried to cut in and take a shot, and it's went rose head. He's done a fucking Zamora. Like,
Do you reckon he'll get the
shit.
Dan
Question,
James
do you think?
treatment?
Wait, stupid fucking eyebrows.
Do you think they should? Because I was thinking this when I watched it. If they haven't got Hoyland fit,
yes.
right? If they haven't got Hoyland fit, and clearly they don't want to play anyone else in that striking position, why don't you play Bruno Fernandes in a false 9?
He's not going to get. Eric Ten Hag's not got the brain capacity to think of that.
He can't hold the ball
Well,
up.
what I mean is, he fucking.
It's not in his notepad.
He can either hold it up or he gets fouled. Absolutely. What I mean by
I
that
don't think
is,
he'd
right,
hold it up.
see,
I think he'd just get pulled down every time.
But you end up with a diamond in that midfield, right? With Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen, Mount, and Casemiro, and I think that packs that out. You stop the midfield issues. You got pace with Rashford on the left. It's like an
Where
Anthony
he
on
wants
the
to
right.
play.
I think that solves all their issues. I just don't think Erik Ten Hag is stuck in his ways. If you look at when he was at Ajax, he wants to play a big, strong striker, and Marcus Rashford is not that.
You could tell by his body language that he was after. I think it was after the first couple of touches. He was so frustrated. He went, "I don't want to be here." Like you could just tell he didn't want. Not that he didn't want to play. He didn't want to be in that position. He wants to be on the wing. He wants to run at people.
He wants to
He
cut
can't
in,
do
mate.
that. Yeah.
He wants the space to take someone on one-on-one. It's like what we're saying about Ben Rama. He wants the space to go, you know what? I'm going to kick it down the outside channel. Come chase me. You won't be able to catch me.
Yeah.
He wants that sort of option. And he hasn't got it. It's like 2-3 times he's trying to be intricate. And you can just see that Man United team don't know what he's going to do. They haven't trained for that all season.
Can we also just say we'll have a little bit of a mention for Mason Mount? What has happened to him?
No,
he was decent at Chelsea, and the past 2 games he has been dog shit.
Right.
I don't know if you could blame him or blame the team.
I'm going to back him up here. I don't think you can blame him.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying he's been dog shit.
He went to
He
Man
got
United.
played
That's
out of
the
position
problem.
for Chelsea for the last 18 months, and then at Man United, he's getting put in a midfield system that is so easy. If Ericsson was in there instead of Mount, would he have done a better job?
Probably not.
Right. The problem is the system. It ain't the players, mate.
No, yeah, but Mason Mount was brought in to fix that.
Yeah, no. But Mason Mount, in my opinion, is a bot. So you know what Declan Rice is doing at you lot at the moment?
Yeah.
Where Partey and Rice are the 2 holders, and you've Odegaard in front of them, but Declan Rice joins them in a box-to-box.
Yeah.
I think Mount does that. But he isn't using him like that. He's using him as like an inverted 1 holder and 2 cams, and that doesn't work.
No, I totally agree. But a player like Mason Mount was classed as world class a couple of seasons back. He should be able to adapt a little bit to show. Like his first game, he completed 0 passes. Was that a correct stat? Again, he was shocking.
Like 0 passes, 0 tackles, and something else. 0 headers, 1 or something.
Yeah, he just didn't do anything. He just stood there having a picnic.
I don't
think you can blame him because I rate him. I think he's a good player. I
rate him too, but he's been shit the last 2 games.
I think he needs a couple of games, and I think if he's consistently bad, and you actually see Ten Hag change some of his system, and Mount doesn't perform either way, then I think you could look at the player at fault.
2 cents,
I kind of agree that.
2 cents, Gav. I mean, you've backed Havertz, and Havertz has done absolute sweet fuck all in the Arsenal team. So you need to be consistent when you say it. He had a shot. He's playing up front.
He's done more than Mason Mount. He's done more than Mason Mount. So yeah, I can say that.
Sorry, Havertz has missed more than Mason Mount has missed. You are right, yeah.
Mason Mount has done fuck all. At least Havertz has been able to get into the space to actually get a shot away. Mason Mount has been on the touchline having a fucking moan every second.
I think if you ask most football fans, I think they take Mount over Havertz personally. Any day
That's
of the week.
good.
Ooh.
But they don't have any of them now, so.
That's a good question.
Why would you take Havertz? He's slow at the moment. He doesn't push a ball. He plays false 9 but can't really hold it up. Can't do what Bowen does.
I think the biggest thing will be seeing what Mount does going forwards. I think that's what's he going to do in the next game.
You hate Bowen, didn't you, Matty? I was going to ask you, sorry, 2 seconds. Who's your man of the match, Matty, for West Ham?
Yeah, you're a cunt.
Ain't Bowen, is it?
No, I'd have to go Paqueta.
Really?
Ward-Prowse.
I was thinking Ward-Prowse.
But the only thing,
when a West Ham player gets assists, mate, that only happens once a season. So
I'd go Paqueta, but it annoyed us how he stopped playing so close to the edge of your box for a fucking foul that he thought he could get. That pissed us off a bit. Paqueta. When Sterling apparently pulled his hand, he just stopped playing and Sterling ran on through. Mate, you're like fucking 10 yards out your box. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Other than that, no, I thought he had a good game. I liked how he wound up Caicedo, scored the penalty. Still looks a bit like a cunt, but he played well, so.
Right, what we'll do is finally, Gav, is we'll go on to your prediction for Selhurst Park tomorrow. Go on.
Okay. 2-1 win. We won't keep a clean sheet.
All right. Okay.
No, it'll be Eddie and Ketia. I don't know why. It just seems to day Salmon when I fucking hate him.
So
I don't want him to. Don't like him.
In Ketia double?
No. Fuck, no. He said Kai Havertz double. Fuck no. If I'd have it my way, Ketia wouldn't be in the stadium. But unfortunately, he's going to be there. In some capacity. No, 2-1. We're not keeping a clean sheet. We just don't do that. Don't know why. We just seem to drop off after the 60th minute. We never have an easy game at Selhurst Park. Don't know why. I don't know if it's us or Crystal Palace. It's just different.
Selhurst, mate. It's just Selhurst. It's Selhurst at home. They just do that. They do that to every London club.
Tough stadium.
Reckon 2-1. Apparently Zinchenko's going to be back for left back. If not, they're going to put Kivwar in there, which I'm not. I don't know how that would work.
Was that not the boy that was a bomb scare last year?
Well, the boy that was on like 10 seconds at Anfield and went through somebody. Yes, that's the one. Like,
I think I'm gonna say 3-2 Arsenal.
Ooh,
I think
I'll write these down. I'll write these down just for midweek, Shella, and we can react to them.
I think you'll go 1-0 up, and then I think you'll go 2-1 down, and then I think you'll win 3-2.
Go on, Ben.
I actually are going to flip Gavs. I think it'll be 2-1 Palace.
Ooh.
I can see it happening too. I'm not pissed off with that. I think
it's how difficult Palace are to play at home.
Mm-hmm.
They'll shut down play so much. I think they'll just frustrate you, and I think you'll score first. They'll equalise, and then late second half they'll get a winner.
And it's just Hodgson, isn't it?
It's Hodgson football. So I think the one thing we saw last year is a lot of Arsenal players just don't have the head on them, and I think you'll get frustrated too quickly, and I think you'll make a mistake, and I think that's how they'll get the late goal.
It's hard
They're
to
North London forever.
It's hard to have the heads on when the fucking Roy looks like an eagle. You know what I mean? Imagine playing and then you've got that on the fucking touchline.
Hey, did you see who was going to throw fists last
I've seen
weekend?
that. He started, didn't he?
Sheffield. He's got eyes like arseholes, but was starting fists. I feel fucking.
Have you heard what the player said though? He pushed into Roy and he went, "I wasn't expecting it to be like that solid," and it was like, "What? Roy's got abs, has he? He's been working out since he had his time off, was he?"
No, it's because he's a bag of bones, Gav. That's the issue.
Yeah, actually an exoskeleton holding him up.
He's a bag of bones.
He has a chest brace so he can stand.
He's a bag of bones in a fucking Palace tracksuit.
I'm gonna put 3-1 Palace.
Oh
yeah. You know what though? We all know what I'm like. I can see Palace doing it. It wouldn't be the first time they've done that.
The reason why is it's a Monday night. It's Selhurst Park. You've got no Urine Timber, which I think you've probably been playing with in pre-season as well, and probably been training with most of the time to play in that back three. And I think you'll change it up this week. I think Zinchenko will go in there.
We'll go back to what we done last season.
Yeah, I think Tomiyasu might go out on the right tomorrow.
And what? Where's Ben White?
So back four with Tomiyasu, Ben White, Saliba, and Zinchenko in the midfield. I think.
I reckon Gabriel will be back tomorrow.
And I don't know. I love watching Palace play as much as I don't particularly like them. I do like watching them play at Selhurst Park. They play good football, or they did. I don't know what they're doing under Roy, but no, I don't know why. I have a feeling. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
at least he'll score because I've done a video on him on TikTok. So at least he'll score.
It's a London derby, mate. Anything can happen. I mean, we packed fucking Chelsea 3-1, so
and no one saw that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
they fucking didn't.
I mean, the Pikeys can get around them, can't they? So, you know.
Fuck the Pikeys.
But there you go. There's a
just before we go, I would like a honourable mention for Matoma's goal for Brighton against Wolves. He's ran a good 60, 70 yards and he's slotted it home. Like, I've taken him on my fantasy football team because I thought, he wasn't that good in week 1. And then he's done that. So I think he might be making a reappearance in my team.
Was it Antonio, though?
It was better.
I can't afford to have him on my team when he only scores once every fucking 50 games.
Go watch the goal.
I just think Antonio's was better.
You don't know what Matoma's was, though?
I do. I'm just saying, the London derby, I think Antonio's was better. He actually rifled that. It's the best strike I've ever seen him hit. I mean, I've watched that boy for 7 years, and he's never hit a ball straight. So, yeah. That's what it is.
I think he suck.
Sets him off balance. The biggest dick in the Premier League.
Exactly.
That'll hold his shin pads in place.
Right. Anyway, lads, we'll probably do a video if Arsenal lose. About the
Fucking
reaction
right we
to
will.
that.
No, we fucking won't.
With or without Gav. But yeah, apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe because it makes Gavin smile. There we
Unless
go.
Crystal Palace win tomorrow, and I won't be very
Ah.
happy.
Hey,
That's all right.
then you
They
get to
probably
see him
will.
cry.
Ah,
Then I
exactly,
get to
even
burn the
better.
And the
cup.
rest of us smile.
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
record it. Get more views that way. Yeah, thank you for watching, and you'll probably see us in the next couple of days. Cheers, lads.
Catch you.
Yep.